in the ground is just depleted.
I have a Vermont friend that keeps telling me your deer are big because of your soil.
Yeah.
No,
you don't think so?
We have the same soil.
Really?
We have the same trees.
Okay.
We've had proper management for a very long time. It's the buck to doe ratio has been good forever.
Okay.
So Vermont's improving.
Yep.
And but it's going to take a while. It would take an awful long time.
All right. We are on I-91 North, headed to the Hare Shack. We got snow Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Snowed some Thursday. Reports from up there say it's good in the high elevations and it's crunchy in the low. So, gonna see what it brings. It's middle of the rut. Bucks are cruising. It's gonna be tough. It got warm. Well, the snow that fell was heavy wet snow. It got warm, lows in the 20s, high teens, so might make it tough. Hopefully the high elevation snow stayed good, but it'll be aging tracks and trying to figure it out, but that's okay. See what the next couple days bring. Alright, just picked up some final food stuff. Now we're heading to camp. Let's go. Well, that didn't take long. I was in deer right off the bat. I just bumped a doe. She was blowing at me up there, but there's tracks everywhere. It looked like a small buck following a group of does. So I'm gonna continue up and see what it brings. I bumped another doe down there in that cut where I saw the first one, and got up on the mountain here, and I cut a pretty fresh, smaller buck track. Looks like it might have been made in the night. It's definitely not a monster, but it's a buck. He's dragging his feet, just kind of walking down this road. So I'm gonna give this one a chase and see what happens. So I decided to leave that small buck for now. He got in with some other deer and they bailed off back towards the road, which I had just got up into good snow and not really willing to leave it yet. It's like 9:45, so I'm gonna hike up around here, see what I find, and if I don't find anything, I can go back, and I mean it's back to where I need to go anyway, so I can just drop off and see what those deer are doing. I don't know this area at all. I've never been in these woods, but walking a snowmobile trail right now, and yeah, just gonna hike around and see what I find. Hope hopefully a good one turns up. Alright, it's I don't know, 11:15. Just had a little lunch, and I still haven't cut a track. Some old ones, but I'm almost to the top of this mountain. I pitched down the other side, and it looks like there's either some more snowmobile trails or a road of some sort, so I'm gonna hook back and make a big loop back towards the road. See what happens. Snow's pretty good up here. It's a little crunch underneath, but wind's picking up some. Fairly decent day. I found this pretty crazy deer run through here. There's tracks back and forth. There's old tracks, fairly new tracks, buck tracks. That's the direction I'm headed anyway, so I'm gonna give it a follow back down to where I jumped those does earlier, heading up in. Kind of looking around, I walked out the direction one of them went. There was a doe bed with a bunch of urine next to it, and it smelled to me like estrus. And there's this bed right here that's fairly decent sized, and one back up there had a little bit of blood in it. I think I'm just gonna kind of still hunt around here for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna kind of still hunt where they are. Makes the most sense at this point. Looking around a little more, I found where this buck was feeding, and you can see antler marks. There's a decent buck around in here somewhere. Just gotta find him. Alright, day 2. Snow's coming down still. We got a little heavy dusting, so that'll help me a little bit. But later in the day, the wind's supposed to pick up, like mid-teens, upper teens, so it's definitely going to be a good day for it. Didn't bump in anything more last night, but I'm going to take that elevation that those deer were at and walk it south. See if I can find one of those bucks. So I just bumped into those, I think it was the same does from yesterday, right about the same spot. I could see one. Didn't look like it had horns, but there was another one behind it. It's either those same 2 does or a doe and a buck, so I'm gonna go up and check the tracks and see what they were doing before I bumped them. I was coming up through that cut, wide open, and I heard her blow, and it sounded like it was like a raspy kind of blow. It didn't sound like they normally do, so I know it was the same one from yesterday, at least one of them. Yeah, looks like doe and a fawn. One thing I wanted to point out, because the story of my weekend's been aging tracks, because I was hunting 3-day-old snow, but when I jumped those deer, it was snowing really hard, and these tracks don't look, they don't look fresh, but if you feel them, there's no ice buildup from where their pad was. If depending on the temperature, like today it's about 20 degrees. If that track's 5-6 hours old, it's gonna start to freeze up. Probably even sooner than that. And then there's ways to tell by how sharp that edge is where the foot goes in the ground. You can take your foot, put it in the ground next to it, and compare the two. The older tracks will start to round off. Just a little tidbit from the mountain. Man, it has turned into quite the killing day. I can't find a buck track. Crazy. Snow squalls, the wind's howling. It'd be an awesome day to be on one. I'm making a swing back. It's getting late enough now where if I don't cut one that was made today, I'm not gonna have time. I still got probably an hour and a half till I get back. I mean, I saw a bunch of fresh tracks that were made probably today, but does or small bucks, nothing worth following. So that's just how it goes. It almost seems like I missed it by a day. Like if I was here Friday, I think a lot of these tracks were made Friday. That's what it seems to me. I might have been right in the chips, but hey, that's how it goes. At least I'm not on bare ground anymore. I'd rather look out and see this. Than just brown crunchy leaves. So yeah, if nothing happens from here back to camp, then see you on the next one.